I sit here at the coast of Maravi before Neitzachama and preparing ourselves. We're all preparing ourselves for the Shavous. The question is, what should we do? I want to share with you an interesting thought to Yedidya readers today. Two interesting thoughts, actually. One is that the Torah is infinite. The Ramban writes that our understanding of Torah is less than a drop in the sea. Even Rav Chaim Kanievsky, who every single year reviewed the entire Torah, his understanding was a tiny, tiny drop. It's impossible to have Kabbalah's Torah. It's infinite knowledge into our finite minds. So how do we do it then? How can we do it? And the answer is that we can do it if we're united. Rashi tells us by Har Sinai, it was Ki'ish Echad V'Lev Echad. Everybody's hearts together. When everyone's hearts are together, we form what's called in Kabbalah is Oros and Kalim. We form a utensil, a vessel that Hashem's infinite lights can go into it. And the bigger the vessel, the more light it can go into it. Right? And this is what I want to share you. The second thought, which I'll conclude with today, as we get ready for the Yontif Shavous, the Yedidya readers, right, is that Mrs. Elbinger and myself, we are working very, very hard to present the second Yedidya. And it's not just a book or even a sefer. Yedidya is really, it's a journey, right? It's a journey. And I like to compare it to a flight, to a air travel, right? When you have air travel, get on a plane, person buys a ticket, he wants to go from Eretz Israel to New York, or from New York to Eretz Israel, and it's as part of the journey, you need many people involved in the journey. You need a pilot, you need someone in ground control. But if you just had a person in pilot ground control, it wouldn't be successful, the flight. You need to have stewards, you need to have people taking care of the physical aspects of the plane, maintenance, you need to have people working in the airport, you need to have people taking the tickets, checking luggage. You need to have you have to have staff. For an average flight, you probably have at least 100 people involved. And it's the same thing with Yedidya. Right? We're taking people on a journey. I don't know if a air flight is really a correct analogy. Probably space shuttle is better. We're taking people, trying to take people to very, very high places. Right? And in the first Yedidya, we tried to take people to a deeper understanding of how to deal with the seemingly difficulties in life and incorporating Command David Rahman Latov Avid into your daily life. The second Yedidya, we're trying to do something very, very challenging, and that is to, and again, Mrs. Elbinger urged me not to say it, but I just, as the navigator, right, Mrs. Elbinger is the pilot, and I'm the navigator. I hope that's my position I'm trying to fill, right, since this book is based on the shirim that I've been giving, on thanking Hashem when things look bad. As the navigator, I feel I must share with the Yedidya audience that we're trying to take the flights to understand what marriage is really all about. As Rav Shimon Galoy told me last summer on the beach, he said most marriage problems come from the fact that we don't know what a Jewish marriage is, and we're trying to understand and get to the depth and the very core of what a Jewish marriage is, so that we can take you on that journey, right? Take you on a journey. Now, whoever's married knows that there's lots of challenges in marriage, right? And whoever's not married should know there's lots of challenges in marriage. And there are two ways we can deal with those challenges. Either you could rebel against them and probably wind up in divorce, or you could accept them and have a wonderful, beautiful, warm, caring, considerate marriage. Yeah. And Rosh Shlomo Zalman Auerbach said at the Levaya, the funeral of his wife, he said, usually the custom is to ask for forgiveness, but I can't ask for forgiveness because in 50 years we never had a fight between myself and my wife. And this is what Reb Goloy said, right? That the essence of a Jewish marriage is understanding what a Jewish marriage is. If we understand what a Jewish marriage is, then we can be successful. And this is what Mrs. Elbiger and myself are trying to do. But I want to share with you another secret, is that we can't do it without you. Because the more readers we have united as one on this journey, the more success that we're going to have in this journey, getting from point A to point B. And point B is understanding what a Jewish marriage is and how to ride the wave of the difficulties. Yeah? I apologize to Mrs. Elmiger. She told me not to say it, but I just couldn't, as a navigator, I just couldn't hold back. And we need you. We need you to be united, united in tefillah, united in thought and passion, right? Because Yedidya too, this journey will only happen if we have your passion, if we have your will. The highest of the spheres is Keter. We've been working now 7 weeks of sphere to go from Chesed to Malchus, but there's 3 spheres above that, and that's Chesed, that's Chochmah and Bina, right? Understanding, knowledge, and wisdom. But there's even a higher sphere. It's Kesser, it's Ratzon, is will. And if we have your will, if we have your tefillahs, your prayers, and your passion, prayers and passion, then we'll be successful in our journey, right? So now, there's a difference with a journey if there's 100 people, or 1,000 people, or 10,000 people. Now, we already have 2,000 subscribers almost to this email, which receives these periodical messages that we're sending out as Yedidya comes into play. The first draft of Yedidya was already finished, and we're talking about flights. I was on a flight from Cincinnati to to Newark, and it was 5 hours delayed. I had Yedidya 2 on my hands. I have to tell you, I just couldn't put it down. Like I just couldn't stop reading it, and I wanted to open up a Gemara, but it was incredible, absolutely incredible. Kol kavod to Mrs. Elmiger, who has produced an incredible manuscript for Yedidya 2, and it's only the first draft. We have another 3 to go because we don't want to give you something second rate. We want Yedidya 2 to be an incredible journey, but for this journey to be successful, we need you to be on board. We need your prayers and passion, right? And that's what I'm asking you. That if you know someone who's a Yedidya reader who hasn't signed up, tell them to sign up for this email. Right? It's very easy to sign up. Just open your copy of Yedidya, go to the last page here, and it has here. You can sign up by going to the website at yedidyabook.com feedback, or read at yedidyabook.com. Again, that's read at yedidyabook.com. If you know someone who hasn't signed up yet for this, and it might be you, because you might have been forwarded this email, then sign up for day, because we need your prayers and passion to make Yedidya 2 a success. And there are lots of people, in flight control and in the airport. We have Gittel in Ramat Beit Shemesh, who is translating Yedidya into Hebrew, and we have Ben in California, who's giving us critical and constructive feedback about Yedidya 2. And there's many people. I don't know if I can say hundreds. That would be accurate, but there's many people at ground control in the airport and on the plane, right? Stewards and um, and co-pilots and flight control. Many people involved, and we want you to jump on board and get involved with your prayer and passion as we get ready for Shavous, right? We need to produce here. All of Klal Yisrael needs to really get together. So we should have one keli to be filled up with Hashem's divine light, infinite divine light, right? But we ask in Proteus, in individual request for Yedidya, to give us your prayers and passion, right? Or um, as the Torah says, Rachmana Liba boy, we want your hearts. Give us your hearts, and we'll give you Yedidya. Everyone should have a yontif of Shuas filled with joy and passion and beauty of Torah. So we should have a Yedidya, which is a wonderful project and can help every single Jew to fulfill the words of Shimon Galoi, to know what Jewish marriage is really all about. Amen.